Om Shanti. 3rd January 2021 Avyakt Babdada Murli. Revised date 5th October 1987. In the essence, the happiness, contentment and satisfaction of Brahmin life. Om Shanti. Today, out of all his extremely beloved, long lost and now found Brahmin children, Bab Dada is especially looking at the children who are filled with the speciality of Brahmin life. Today, at Amrit Vela, out of all the children who are the decoration of the Brahmin clan, Bab Dada was selecting those special souls who have contentment, those who have always been content themselves and who have always continued to give others the experience of contentment through their vision, attitude and actions. So, today, Bab Dada was threading the garland with such jewels of contentment, who constantly experience being showered with golden flowers of contentment from Bab Dada in their every thought and word, in their relationships and connections with those in the gathering and in their every action. They also constantly shower others with golden flowers of contentment. Out of all the souls everywhere, only a few such contented souls were visible. The garland that was prepared was not big, it was a small garland. While repeatedly looking at the garland of the jewels of contentment, Bab Dada was pleased, because only such jewels of contentment become the garland around Bab Dada's neck. They claim a right to the kingdom and also become the beads of the rosary that the devotees turn. Bab Dada is also looking at the other children who are sometimes content and sometimes come under the shadow of the slightest thought of discontentment and then move away from it. They don't get trapped in it. The third type of children sometimes have discontentment in their thoughts. They are sometimes discontent with themselves, sometimes discontent with adverse situations, sometimes discontent because of their own fluctuation, and sometimes discontent with big and small situations. They get up, they get caught up in the cycle, then become free from it, and then get trapped again. Baba still saw such a garland. So, 3 garlands were prepared. All are jewels, but you can also understand what the sparkle would be of those who are jewels of contentment and what that would be of those who are the other 2 types of jewel would be. While repeatedly looking at the 3 garlands, Father Brahma was pleased and at the same time trying to bring the jewels of the 2nd number garland into the 1st number garland. A heart-to-heart conversation was taking place because some beads of the 2nd garland were deprived of being in the 1st garland due to a slight shadow of discontentment, and they had to be transformed and somehow brought into the 1st garland. Whilst keeping each one's virtues, specialities and service in front of him, he only said only one thing repeatedly: let us bring this one into the 1st garland. There were about 25 to 30 such jewels about whom Father Brahma was having a special heart-to-heart conversation. Father Brahma said, let these beads also be put in the number 1 garland. However, he then smiled and said that the Father will definitely bring them into the 1st garland. There were also such a special jewels. While such a heart-to-heart conversation was going on, one thing emerged as to the particular reason for discontentment. Since the special blessing of the confluence age is contentment, why do souls who have attained this blessing from the bestower of blessings come into the 2nd garland? The seed of contentment is to have all attainments. The seed of discontentment is the lack of some physical or subtle attainment. Since it is remembered of Brahmins that nothing is lacking in the treasure store or the lives of Brahmins, why is then their discontentment? Is it that the bestower of blessings has made a difference in the blessings he gives, or have those who have been given the blessings made a difference in what they take? What happened? The treasure store of the bestower of blessing and the bestower is full. It is so full that your dynasty lasts for 21 births. That is, the dynasty of the elevated instrument souls who have become BKs over a long period of time, and also the dynasty of the devotees continue to move on the basis of these attainments. When there is such great attainment, why would there be discontentment? Everyone has attained the same limitless treasures from the One at the same time and through the same method. However, you don't use the treasures you have attained all the time. That is, you don't keep them in your awareness. You become happy when speaking about them, but you are not happy in your heart. There is happiness intellectually, but not in the heart. What is the reason? You don't use the treasures of attainment as an embodiment of that awareness. You are aware of them, but you don't become an embodiment of that awareness. The attainment is unlimited, but you sometimes make it limited, and because of this, your desire for some limited attainment deprives you of the experience of constant contentment, which is the result of unlimited attainment. Limited attainment puts limitation on your heart. This is why you experience discontentment. You then bring limitations into service because the fruit of limited desires is that you don't attain the fruit of you want. The fruit of limited desires only brings fulfillment for a temporary period. This is why there is sometimes contentment and at other times discontentment. Limitations do not allow you to experience unlimited intoxication. Therefore, especially check whether you have contentment of the mind, that is contentment with yourself and contentment with others. The sign of contentment in souls is that they will be content in their minds, in their hearts, with everyone, with the Father and with the drama. Waves of satisfaction will also be visible in their minds and bodies, regardless of whether any adverse situation arises, whether any souls come to oppose them to settle their karmic accounts, or whether some physical suffering of karma comes to the body. Because souls who are free from limited desires are content, they will be visible as stars sparkling with the sparkle of satisfaction. Those who are satisfied will never ask questions in any situation. When they are satisfied, they have no questions. The sign of those who are satisfied is that they are always altruistic and always feel that everyone is blameless. They do not blame anyone. They do not blame the bestower of fortune for creating such fortune for them. They do not blame the drama, that such are their parts in the drama. They do not blame any person that his nature and sanskars are like that. They do not blame nature that the atmosphere is like that. They do not blame their bodies for their bodies being like that. To be satisfied means to be constantly altruistic and to have an attitude and vision that are free from blaming anyone. So, The speciality of the confluence age is contentment, and the sign of contentment is satisfaction. This is the special attainment of Brahmin life. If you do not have contentment and satisfaction, then you haven't taken the benefit of Brahmin life. The happiness of Brahmin life is contentment and satisfaction. If you lead a Brahmin life but do not experience the happiness of that, then are you only a Brahmin in name, or are you a Brahmin who is an embodiment of attainment? So, Bap Dada is reminding all of you Brahmin children, you have become Brahmins and that is great fortune. However, the inheritance and property of Brahmin life is contentment, and the personality of Brahmin life is satisfaction. Never deprive yourselves of this experience. You have a right to it, since the bestower and the bestower of blessing gives you the treasure of attainment with an open heart. Since he has already given these to you, then you have to experience your property and personality fully, and also enable others to experience them. Do you understand? Each one of you can ask yourself, in which number garland am I? You are all in a garland, but in which number garland are you? Acha. Today, it is the turn of Rajasthan and UP groups. Rajasthan means those with the sanskar of kingdom of ruling. Those who put the sanskars of ruling into their every thought and form in a practical way, that is, those who reveal them. This is what it is to be a resident of Rajasthan. You are like this, are you not? You don't sometimes become subjects, do you? If you are influenced, you would be called subjects. If you are the master, then you are the king. Let it not be that you are sometimes the king and sometimes the subject. No. Always have in your awareness the sanskars of ruling naturally. Such children who are residents of Rajasthan have a special importance. Everyone always regards a king with elevated vision, and they would always give the king a high position. A king would always sit on a throne and the subjects would sit below him. So, the souls from Rajasthan with the sanskars of ruling are those who always stay in the high position of a high stage. Have you become like that, or are you becoming that? You have become that, and you definitely have to become complete. The praise of Rajasthan is no less. The headquarters of this establishment is in Rajasthan. So, you are elevated, are you not? You are high in name and high in your task. The children of such a land of kings, Rajasthan, have come to their home. Do you understand? The land of UP is especially remembered as a pure land. The river Ganges that purifies everyone is also there, and in terms of devotion, the land of Krishna is also in UP. There is a lot of praise of that land. If anyone wants to see the divine activities of Krishna or his birthplace, they go to UP. So the speciality of those from UP is to be constantly pure and to make others pure. Just as the Father's praise is that He is the purifier, so the praise of those from UP is the same as the Father's. You are purified souls. The star of fortune is sparkling. There is praise of such a fortunate place and stage. Always pure is the praise of your stage. So, do you consider yourself to be fortunate in this way? Are you those who are always happy? Seeing your fortune, always remain cheerful. Remain cheerful yourselves and continue to make others cheerful, because a cheerful face is a face that automatically attracts. It is the same as a physical river that draws people to itself. Pilgrims are pulled to go there. No matter how many difficulties they have to face, they are still pulled by the attraction of becoming pure. So, the memorial of the task of making others pure is in UP. Similarly, also become cheerful and an image that attracts. Do you understand? The third group is of double foreigners. Double foreigners means those who attract the father who is always the foreigner because you are equal. The father is from a foreign land and you are also from foreign lands. There is love for your equals. Friends are loved even more than parents. So, double foreigners are like the father, always beyond bodies and the attraction of bodies. You are foreigners, bodiless and avyakt. So, the father is pleased to see his children who are equal to him. Those who are bodiless and have the avyakt stage, you are racing well. You are racing well in doing service, in using various facilities and various methods to move forward. You adopt the methods and also make progress. This is why Bap Dada is giving all the double foreign children from everywhere many congratulations for service and also reminding you all to be aware of self-progress. Always continue to fly with the flying stage of your self-progress. You always have a right to receive blessings from the Father by having a balance of your own self-progress and progress in service. And you will always have this right. Acha. The fourth group that remains is the Madhuban resident. They are always here. Those who are in the herd are at the herd. Those who are at the herd are in the herd. Madhuban is where the maximum Brahma Bhojan is prepared in the right way with discipline. Those from Madhuban are the most beloved, long lost and now found ones. All the functions take place in Madhuban. It is those from Madhuban who listen to most of the Murlis directly. So, the resident of the Madhuban are those who always have a right to elevated fortune. You serve from your hearts. This is why Madhuban residents continue to receive blessings from Bap Dada and all the Brahmins from their hearts. Acha. To all of Bap Dada's special jewels of contentment who have come from everywhere, special love and remembrance from Bap Dada, as well as that to the few fortunate souls out of multi-millions and to the handful of souls from those few long lost and now found souls who have attained the Brahmin life, to the souls who fulfill Bap Dada's pure thoughts, to the souls who attain the complete right to the property of the confluence age Brahmin life, please accept lots and lots of love and remembrance from Bap Dada, the bestower of fortune and the bestower of blessings. The spiritual children in return to the spiritual father says, good morning, namaste, namaste, namaste. Dadi Janki and Dadi Chandramani taking leave from Bap Dada to go on service. Are you going or are you merging Baba in yourselves? Whether you are going or coming, you are always merged. Bap Dada never sees the special children as separate. Whether in a subtle or a physical form, you are always with Baba, because it is only the Mahavir children who fulfill the promise of being with the Father at every moment and of going back with Him. Very few fulfill this promise. This is why wherever such especially beloved Mahavir children go, they take the Father with them, and the Father always keeps them with Him in the subtle region. He gives His company at every step. Therefore, what would you say? Are you going or coming? This is why Baba asked whether you are going or merging Baba in you. By always staying combined in this way, you will become equal and become merged. You will rest at home for a short while and stay with the Father, and will then rule the kingdom, while the Father watches from up above, but you experience the companionship of His company for a short time. Acha. Baba, today you created a wonderful garland. You people also create a garland, do you not? The garland is still small, a big one will be created. Those who have now become a little unconscious will be brought back into consciousness by nature or time in a short while. The garland will then become big. Acha. Wherever you go, you have already received blessings from the Father. Everyone will continue to receive blessings from the Father through your every step. When you look at them, they will take the Father's blessing through your drishti. When you speak, they will take blessings through your words, and they will also take blessings through your actions. You are going to shower blessings on them as you walk and move. All the souls that are coming now need blessings and the great donation. For you to go means for them to be given the Father's blessing with an open heart. Acha. Blessing. May you be an angel whose foot of the intellect stays beyond any pull of the five elements. May you be an angel whose foot of the intellect stays beyond any pull of the five elements. Angels are always shown with a body of light. Those who have a body of light stay beyond the consciousness of their body. The foot of their intellect stays beyond any pull of the five elements, that is, they remain beyond. Maya or anything to do with Maya cannot touch such angels. However, this is only possible when you are never dependent on anyone. Move along with the right over your body and also have a right over Maya. Do not have any type of dependency in either your lockic or alokkic relationships. A slogan: if you have the habit of looking at bodies, then look at the body of light and remain stable in the form of light. If you have the habit of looking at bodies, then look at the body of light and then remain stable in the form of light. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you.